Yo, what's up, everybody? This is coming live from the Slightly Buzzed podcast studio. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again, Slightly Buzzed podcast family. We appreciate you guys.
Most definitely.
We do have a little message for you, though.
So, in the filming of the episode 15, I want to say, the last one we shot, the one you're watching right now, actually, we just got a new camera, and we're working out the kinks with it. We had a little bit of a technical malfunction, so this is pretty much all you'll be seeing of us throughout the show. But that doesn't mean you can't listen. We'll still have it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Pod, Google Pod, Stitcher. So we got you covered, and we'll be back for episode 16 with the visual on YouTube.
Standing on the beach with the motherfucking khakis rolled up.
What's up, dude? How we feeling?
Oh, it sounds good.
Hey, I'm feeling good. Feel real good, dude.
Small's looking pretty nappy.
Nappy?
Yeah.
Nappy roots.
Lizzie, cut your hair?
Nope.
Didn't look like it.
Nappy headed hoe.
Hair up here.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
All right, we're going, so.
Bet.
3,
2,
1.
I don't know about you guys, but I think we have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump right into it. But first off, this is episode 15, which is actually like kind of crazy to me.
Dude, 15 episodes in, had a blast all the way through. But honestly, dude, it feels like it almost feels like we're on 30, bro. Like, we've just been grinding and rolling.
I'm here for it. Like, I've enjoyed the ride a lot, putting a lot of hours, putting a lot of time. But guess what? I'm liking what I'm seeing.
1s and 2s, what's your take on that?
Dude,
We're on 15.
Well, dude, 15. I've learned a lot. Spent a lot of time on this computer figuring out the software programs.
Oh, yeah. Get good with your fingers.
Yeah, dude.
Killing it, bro.
Both hands going at the same time.
Hey.
But what I'm most surprised about, got this new camera, right?
Yeah.
These new 4K cameras have taken like 15 years off of Tim. I swear to God.
Oh, dude, he looks great, man. Look at that.
That's funny.
Took his beard off and everything.
Yeah, dude. I did what I usually do every single year.
Cuts the beard, not the hair.
Nope. Well, I'm sorry, I can't go to a barber. But yeah, I'm having someone cut my hair tomorrow night, so you guys want to deal with all this. But
The answer's me.
no, what
I'm
happens,
cutting his hair.
You're not touching my hair. But the issue that I run into every single year is at the end of winter, I'm like, we're letting this baby grow out. And then there's one day where it's abnormally hot, like for this time of the year.
Tim's like, it was the first day that was actually hot, and I was like, nope.
Dude, it's incredible. Like, I don't think unless you ever had a beard, like, you understand the level of heat retention that happens.
I choose not to have a beard, bro. It's a personal choice.
Yeah, dude, you can't
Shaves every
grow
morning.
a beard.
Yeah. I shave every day.
The other day, this kid has like 3 little whiskers coming out, and he just looks at me. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so mad, really serious. Like, I forgot to shave."
I think we can
today."
generally call it 3 squared, so probably about 9.
9 hairs?
Yeah, I think it's about 9.
All right, so Nick has 9 hairs, which is his new personal record.
Wow.
But he was just like,
PR, baby.
I'm so upset I didn't shave, and I'm just like, yeah, me too, dude. But yeah, so literally what happened was on Memorial Day, it was hot, and I was like, done. Like, I just tweak out and shave it all at once. But she's coming back already.
Does it affect your beer drinking ability?
Probably
You still gonna be able to sip that beer?
Probably.
No, dude.
Can't save any for later. But
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know, but
are you
I
gonna have a
wanna
hole in
find
your
out-
lip now?
Wait, what?
You gonna have like a hole in your lip now?
from
You be
what?
dribbling everywhere? I feel like that beer just catches everything that spills out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Save it for later.
No.
He's so rattled right now. He's like, what are they
He's
talking
like,
about?
no, dude. All right.
Anyways,
I bet he's good at it.
I am stoked to find out if I can, still drink beer at a pretty high clip. So, Kyle, what you got for us today?
Yeah, what are we drinking, bro?
Ooh, I got something good. I got something from Big Lake Brewing out of Holland, Michigan. I got their Vanilla Captain's Porter.
It's a really big lake.
It's a big lake.
Huge.
The big lake called Gitchagumi.
All right, so while you pull it out, this is a traditional American porter. It's got roasted malts blended with just enough noble hops to create an exquisite porter. And then they say they add the real vanilla.
Exquisite porter.
Oh,
I hate these types of canned lids.
Yeah, dude,
I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
I keep saying it. Save the turtles. Like, I feel like these things are not environmentally friendly, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
So we
recycle.
got Big Lake Brewing out of Holland, Michigan. Great little
Ready?
town up there.
Do not do this. If you do this, it's not going to work.
That was a good pitch and catch. I'm
Halfway
liking
decent.
the artwork on this thing. Pretty cool.
Dude,
If
yeah.
you can,
It's actually
say
pretty.
that.
It's a pretty BA looking can. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude, I'm not mad at it. And at the bottom, it just says "dive in."
Like
That's
if you
elite.
would have wore your captain's hat and not shaved, it could have been you. But you blew it.
Have a captain's hat.
Oh,
No.
Dang it, dude. Yeah, I'm
it's
excited for this one.
I don't think I've ever had anything by Big Lake Brewing before.
No,
In all honesty.
can't say that I have either.
But yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Holland's a great town.
Yeah, I was gonna
Great,
say, out of
nice
Holland,
spot.
Holland's got some pretty wicked good breweries apparently, because we've done another beer from Holland. Not this, obviously not Big Lake Brewing before, but
Holland.
New Holland.
Holland.
Exactly. So Holland's out here with the breweries doing it big, but Big Lake Brewing is also doing it big. Listen to this, boys. Creamy, rich, chocolatey, full-bodied porter with vanilla.
With vanilla.
6.5%. She's gonna get you.
I'm excited. I don't think I've had a lot of porters in my life, so this will be new.
I'm a big fan of porters.
Me too.
All right. I heard chocolate. I got excited.
Oh, dude, look at this color we got going on here. That's real dark.
Bro, it looks like iced coffee almost.
That's
Pouring it.
actually a very good. It's
Like a
little more
dark roast,
amber.
maybe?
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, that is opaque and black.
Nice, like, thick head on it. Real foamy. Not too bubbly. Just really nice and dense. Look at that. She's hanging on.
Wow.
This is probably the darkest beer I've ever seen
Yeah, I
in
can't
my
even see
entire
through
life.
it
Boys,
whatsoever.
I'm thrown for a loop over here because we've done a few. We did an IPA and then we did like a double IPA in recent past. And those things, you sniff those, boys, and you're just like, woo, this. It's actually pretty subtle.
It smells like home.
It's pretty
no,
subtle.
It is subtle. It's
Yeah.
not really in your face with any of the aromas.
Chocolate is the one thing I really get
Yep.
out of the notes. It definitely smells like kind of sweeter, but
Yeah,
it's
100%.
so subtle.
What's up? Tim?
What I think would be interesting is because I feel like I noticed that trend a lot with porters. So we should probably at some point research into why that is, because I feel like with most darker beers, like your stouts, you
Yeah.
smell everything there.
Sure.
But I feel like with the porters themselves, you kind of get it smells like a porter.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, but I don't.
That porter smells
I know what
like
you
a
mean.
porter,
Way
dude.
more subtle. Way
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
subtle.
exactly.
It's definitely something with how they're made. You're 100% spot on.
I see you. Over
Yeah,
there,
we'll
Tim.
try s'mores. I finally didn't pour my beer so freaking high, so I'll be able to swirl it and give it a whiff.
That a boy. Okay, that opened it up a
Yeah,
lot.
it definitely did.
A lot more of the cocoa aspect.
Yeah.
A lot
It's a
more of the
little richer.
cocoa.
It's almost like I picked up more sweetness.
A little bit of caramel.
That might be a good call, dude. I can't tell what I'm sniffing here. Caramel, you said it, and like something resonated with me there.
Yep. Definitely getting cocoa. Heavy on the cocoa, a little lighter on the caramel.
Maybe-
a little lighter on the caramel.
Maybe slightly nutty, almost.
Yeah, 100%. But
What do you say we guys?
Need a drink.
Yeah, what do you say we give her a sip, eh? All right.
Cheers up, boys.
Cheers, fellas. Episode 15.
Let's get it.
Goodness, that's smooth.
Wow.
Interesting.
Way more
Very
flavors.
interesting.
What do you think, Tim?
I'm so here for this beer, dude. This is right up my alley. This is like, wow.
Yeah, dude. You know what? It's really not overly sweet. Like when I read that description, creamy, rich, chocolatey, full-bodied porter. It definitely has a body to it, but it's not overly sweet, which is probably why this beer is so up
why
your
I
alley.
like 'em, bro.
Because
Yeah,
he doesn't do
not too
sweets well,
sweet.
honestly.
Unless it's like a honey bun, yeah, don't do sweets too well.
Yeah, okay, side story here. We're in the basement literally a month ago, he lifts up my couch and just pulls a honey bun out from under it, and he goes, "This has been here for like a month." And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? And he's like, "Yeah, I stored it because I knew I'd probably want it at a later time."
Can confirm.
Is that not the most ridiculous thing any of you have ever heard?
Okay, that's not exactly how it went.
That is
but
1,000% how it went. Oh, yeah, I forgot a key subject. We were hammered.
Yeah, so there's the thing. So I had a honey bun in my backpack. It was just like, I'll just keep us down here. I was hammered when it happened, and then it like hit me one day a couple months later. I was just like, oh, dude, got a honey bun down here, and I was bombed. So I was just like, this is beautiful.
Under the couch.
It was pretty funny.
Well,
It
dude, I
definitely
know
was
you
funny.
like honey buns too. So if you found that, you would have eaten that.
Oh,
Well,
asked
yeah.
you for some.
I did. I asked him for some, and he goes, nah, dude, that's tough. He's like, you never found it, so this is mine. And I was like, bro, what? He gave me a sliver of it.
Bro, that's what made him so mad is because he didn't think ahead and he didn't have a honey bun.
Nope.
I just don't hide honey buns around like they're Easter eggs.
Well, you know what?
probably already ate
Maybe
'em.
you should.
No, I don't think I will.
Well, then next time I have one down here and I hit it for a while, you can't be mad.
It's funny.
I'm gonna start hiding beers around places, especially
Nope,
where you
then
hang
we'll
out
find
at.
'em. Then
He'll
we'll
sniff.
find 'em.
Yeah, he'll sniff them out for
That
sure.
sniffer, we all know
God,
it works.
dude,
He'll find him.
He does have a hell of a sniffer. He's like a bloodhound.
I do. But
Oh.
anyways.
Yeah, what are you guys picking up?
Yeah, back to the beer. I don't do well with super sweet beers. That is true. And they usually upset my stomach. I don't think that's going to happen with this. You get a lot of the sweetness on the front end, but there's a certain amount of bitterness that kills it off
Dude, are you
halfway
getting
through.
almost a little smokiness on the front
100%.
end?
That might. I honestly think I'm getting that on the back half.
You want
Like
it on the back?
I just held it on my tongue. I took it back and then breathed out, and there was this like. A lot of the beers we've been drinking lately dissipate quickly off the, like the aftertaste, and I think that attributes a lot of the bitterness, maybe the hops. But this one, it's got like that smooth, almost like it's just a gradual aftertaste that kind of creeps up on you, and it's not bad. But
And
I
you're
think
calling it smoky?
I want to say it's smoky. Yeah, I'm having a hard time pick up on it, but I'm not mad at it at all.
There's certainly a hint of smokiness, but what I'm getting more is when you think about cocoa, you think about hot cocoa, nice sweet hot chocolate, right?
Yeah.
But cocoa and dark chocolate is generally associated with being bitter. That's more of what I'm getting on the back
Yo.
half.
You know what? That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point, dude.
Like there's I love bitter dark chocolate, and that's kind of what I'm getting on the back half, where it dissipates the sweetness, but it doesn't take away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good description.
Because opposites attract, and it complements so well.
Yeah, no, this is
Elite.
it's a really awesome.
I'm happy
beer.
with this so far. I'm excited to keep this one going.
Wait, you said how much you get this one for?
This was, I want to say it was like $10, $11.
Let me confirm from their side, but that sounds
Yeah.
about right to me from what I remember.
It was like $10.99.
This is 100% worth $10.99 for these.
Yeah, you get like 16-ounce can.
Granted, I reserve the right to change my opinion as the night goes on,
Yeah,
but
right
I
out of the
doubt
gate.
that's going to happen.
Yep, exactly. So, Tim, you brought it up at the beginning. We got a busy episode today. We got
do.
a couple of recaps we want to circle back on that we talked about in some previous episodes. Some stuff's been going down, people.
Yeah, so revolve around the podcast world, couple things. One, we found out Joe Rogan's move to Spotify.
Yup.
Revolved more around the idea of he was concerned with demonetization and the way the platform was going.
Yup.
Although at the same time, he did secure the bag.
Yeah, Tim, 100 million?
So, interestingly enough,
100 million?
Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen, very good friends of Joe Rogan,
Mhm.
the news broke that it was a $100 million deal.
Yo.
And they were like, you guys aren't even in the ballpark.
Ballpark.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
so obviously Rogan's not going to disclose how much it was.
He's probably got incentives like nobody's
Yeah,
business.
exactly. I bet he could net around 250 to 300 mil from this deal.
Question, though.
Really?
Yeah.
How long is the contract? Do we know?
I want to say it was only for 3 years.
I was going to say, I would have been surprised if it was
Which
any...
is
Yeah. That's
insane.
crazy. That is
That's
absolutely
insane.
insane. That gives him so much... I mean, it definitely gives him a lot of power because we just would know how Rogan is. But once those 3 years is up, like, however much Spotify's making, like, he's going to have leverage for sure. Because
Yeah, like
they're
you
just
said.
going to rake it in with the amount of people who are going to bounce over to Spotify.
Yeah,
Oh, my God, dude.
it's crazy. But interestingly enough, a lot of the news I've heard about it was other podcasters reacting to it.
Yeah, it set the marketplace.
Yep.
It literally set the marketplace.
So we're going to see how that plays out over the next couple years.
I'm only seeing multi-year deal. I'm not getting an actual number.
Yeah, I don't think there
I
wasn't well, okay, I shouldn't say that because I don't know for a fact, but everything that I was seeing, everybody was basically predicting that it was, or speculating that it was anywhere from 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
that's
pretty
fine.
sure it was. I thought he maybe I might be wrong, but I thought he said it was a 3-year deal on his Instagram.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty solid evidence, if so.
So was he actually getting demonetized on YouTube, or
Yeah.
is he just afraid or sick of playing? He
Dude,
really
he
did?
had-
Wow.
Yeah, he definitely got
had
demonetized.
20+ million viewers on his last Alex Jones podcast, which
It
was
got caught?
4.5 hours long. You know how much money that would have made? Not that he's concerned with it, but still, it's the idea.
Whole bit.
Yeah, that's a check,
Whole
dude.
bit of money.
That
yeah.
is a fat check.
That's a bag.
Yeah, so he was like, all right, we'll solidify it.
Yeah. Spotify. Oh, dude.
But from what a lot of people have been saying, there's a lot of speculation. Tim Pool, who does the Tim IRL podcast, he's big into the not dark web, but as to how platforms shift narratives based on their political leanings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was reading an article. Alex Jones came out and said him and Joe had been talking about this for a while. Joe just really wasn't happy with how the platform was performing. They were demonetizing.
Right.
It was that. What apparently was the sticking point was he wanted to have doctors talking about the coronavirus solutions that
Yep.
differed from the official World Health Organization's beliefs.
Oh, and they were shutting
Yeah,
that
but YouTube
down.
was shutting down
And-
everything that was
Yep.
going against anything the WHO said.
Wow.
And Facebook was too.
Yeah, which is absurd because these are licensed physicians
Yeah.
that are entitled to their own opinion. You don't have to listen to it.
Also,
But-
you need speculation and people to go against. You can't have one organization claiming what's right and what's not. Like you
Exactly.
have to have speculation on all sides. That's the only way progress happens.
Exactly. And the interesting thing is we've seen the WHO flip-flop on their stance on a lot of things. 2 months ago, masks weren't good. Now they're great.
Yeah.
Then in the middle, it was
I hate
the
'em.
N95 mask. Just
That's true, actually.
the idea that they are not allowing differing opinions was something that was concerning to him. And
Yep.
Spotify has no input on the content. It is nothing more than he's exclusively going to stream there.
No, which
It
is
has nothing else to do with it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is this an official thing now that he admitted that that's part of the reason why he moved?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then
100.
you nailed it, because I remember talking to you about this last time on the podcast, and you were speculating that he was afraid.
Dude, it just seemed like it. You could
Yeah.
tell if you watch Joe Rogan as much as I do, like you could slowly begin to tell
Yeah.
that there was a level of not discomfort, but a level of
Just frustration.
I don't even know if frustration's the right, like caution. He was proceeding with caution on the YouTube space.
Well, oh, so I see what you're saying. Like not talking about certain things, maybe, or like not having certain people on. But like,
No, that it never stopped him from doing that. But in his commentary, he was like, I don't necessarily know if what they're doing is the right thing moving forward.
oh,
Because they're somewhere in the middle. They're claiming
Mhm.
they're just a platform where content is up,
mm-hmm.
but also at the same time, like they're now filtering what can and can't be put on their site.
Right.
Obviously,
And we
you
talked
need
about
that. Yeah.
filters need to happen, especially on a
course.
space like YouTube where so many people have access to posting information. But at the same time, too, you have to be able to you have to have a justifiable reason as to why you're filtering something, not just because it goes against per se the WHO or some
Yeah.
a governmental
So-
entity. I don't know.
The
Well,
best. Oh,
I'm
what were you
just
about
going to
say?
play quick devil's advocate, even though I don't agree with my
Shocker.
I know. I'm terrible.
This guy.
I mean, I can understand not wanting to get misinformation out there, and I could see how you'd feel the need to regulate that space, but I just
Yeah.
think that it's not the right move. There is a little bit of responsibility on the listener's part to actually figure out whether or not they trust the resources being provided. In like a random YouTube video, for example, maybe you shouldn't just put all your eggs in that basket.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Well, I was about to say sorry.
But I do think, I'm sorry, Tiff. I do think that we should allow anybody to share ideas. I think it's really important to share ideas
Yes.
because
especially if
you're-
it's in a logical sense.
well, yeah, because then I mean the
They were-
opposite argument should be able to quickly prove them wrong if they're just blatantly wrong.
Right, exactly. And that's where discourse happens, and that's how you figure out if that's what's
That's how you
said
get
is
the best
true,
idea.
if there's any fallacies with it, if there maybe is some truth to it. I mean, you need to explore options, especially in a situation like this. Come on, people.
Yeah. So the best analogy I heard for it as a whole was YouTube is trying to hold their content creators culpable for what they put out there, right?
Yeah.
So should the internet phone companies be responsible for the conversations that happen over their phone?
Well, I think you make an interesting point there.
And the thing is, YouTube is claiming that they're in the same
Look at this
space
guy.
as
That's
that.
actually a good idea.
Yeah.
right
No,
there. Yeah.
literally, this was a legitimate court case where a murder was plotted over the phone. And
Well,
someone tried to get money from the phone company for providing them the tools to plan such
the
thing.
same thing happened with that whole deal that happened at the Air Force Base in Florida. Apple wouldn't. There was an ISIS member that shot up, that opened fired on the base down there, and ended up like injuring 8 people and killing 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And Apple, the guy was using an Apple product to communicate with ISIS, and like this is
Exactly.
all documented. Everything about this is legit, but Apple refused to give up like the encryption to go into that phone.
Exactly. But my point is, YouTube has to decide whether they want to be their own entity, like a news source that comes out and says, we have this leaning, we are a private company, we're this.
Mm-hmm.
Or they have to go one route or the other. You can't pick and choose. That's where you have the issues.
Well,
and
I
that's
always thought the beauty of YouTube was that it wasn't them. It was just them providing a platform for
Exactly.
people to share.
Well, yeah, that's what it was intended to be.
Now, is it more than a platform? Because obviously it is. They're shadow banning certain groups they don't like. They're doing, yada, yada, yada. Like, this is a real thing. It's been proven. So where are they going from here? I don't know. But I think this Joe Rogan situation is going to be a wake-up call.
Right. I do
No
want to
doubt.
jog a little bit. We kind of fell down a rabbit hole there, and a lot of good points were made, but I do want to jog back to Spotify real quick.
Okay.
They spent $100 million, allegedly, even though we don't know if
Way more.
we know it was more. We know it was probably more at this point. But think about it. Within 48 hours, Spotify's stock, upon getting Joe Rogan to sign that contract, within 48 hours appreciated over 17%, which equated to over $5 billion in stock. Well, I guess like the company appreciated $5 billion within 48 hours.
Think about the value that they just acquired by bringing
Literally,
it on.
they spent a couple $100 million to acquire Joe Rogan, and they made billions.
Yeah.
Joe's like, give me a Billy.
Dude, for real. Well,
Dude,
I mean,
what if he did?
that's the thing.
Baller.
Like,
I want to be just
doesn't
B Rogan.
so that was equivalent to. Now I get that Rogan's like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, podcast.
One of the baldest, for sure.
True, he's like Mr. Clean out there, but this man's. Do you guys see an opportunity for somebody in the future to acquire a contract for a podcast that's worth $1 billion
100%.
within? Okay, what's your
not?
time frame on that?
It's
What do
totally
you, like,
scalable. It's
20
totally
years?
a scalable
The
industry.
thing is, $1 billion right now was $1 million
Yeah,
70 years
that's
Well,
so
yeah.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously markets fluctuate, and there's the appreciation
no,
and
there's
depreciation.
like inflation.
Yeah.
is
Well,
what
that's
you're
what actually that's what I
buying.
was trying to get at.
I mean,
Inflation. Thank you.
far. I mean, obviously, if you want to go into the full economic ramifications of it, it's far more than just deflation or inflation. But the idea that that could happen is 100% reasonable.
Yeah.
And
There's
I
just
could
going to be
see
more
that-
and more people that just acquire these contracts because Rogan set the marketplace for it,
100%.
and it's just going to keep growing and building and building and building. I think somebody's definitely going to get there.
Yeah.
They're going to hit a Billy just for
But-
talking into a mic.
Oh yeah, 100%, which is cool.
Insane.
But we're seeing right now, Joe Rogan handled the situation the correct way. We're seeing how, the Call Her Daddy podcast, or one half of the Call Her Daddy podcast,
Oh, that's
handled it in the
right.
exact
Yeah,
opposite
they
way.
blew it.
Also, another recap. Call her daddy.
So,
Oh, is there new news from that?
Oh,
Yeah.
there is news.
Oh, what is it?
so pretty much Sophia, who was allied with Suitman,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
her boyfriend from
Yup.
HBO, and Wondery was the name I couldn't
Also
remember.
known as Lord Farquaad.
Yep.
oh my
Superman.
God.
Quagmire.
Yeah.
So that whole thing broke down. So right now, as about 2 days ago, Alex, the other co-host from Call Her Daddy,
Yup.
is now the solo host of Call Her Daddy, and it is being
Alright.
called The Single Father.
Dude, Big Daddy
Oh,
Dave
it's
is
a
out here
legit
making
text thing.
moves.
And Dave
Hey.
Portnoy, once again,
Yep.
takes a rough situation and just makes so much money off it.
Dude, he just polishes
Wow.
turds all day long.
He's
That's
a
what he does.
Absolute
He
marketing
polishes turds
genius.
and makes them into gold.
It's
It is
crazy.
insane. The
It's-
guy just doesn't miss. He throws a dart blindfolded. It won't even hit the dartboard, but it'll hit somebody in the head, and something will happen. Trickle down effects. I don't know what it is. He winds up with a couple $100 million.
Bullseye.
Dude, the man does not miss, even when he
Used
does.
a dart analogy and then didn't finish it. I don't know
No,
what
it
that
was terrible. It was a terrible analogy, but that's the only way to. That's the only way to pull up Dave Portnoy in an analogy where you're throwing darts, because he's not going to hit the board. He's going to hit something other than the board, and he's going to come out on top. Don't know how. Don't know why. It just is what it is. That is Dave.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Big
so-
Daddy Dave.
So what happened was, oh, dude, I can't remember his name. So Suitman,
You want to know Suitman's name?
no, that's Peter Nelson. Who's the
That guy
guy who's
sucks.
really close with Bieber?
Oh yeah, his former agent.
Yeah.
It starts with an S. I don't know. His last name starts with an S.
Scooter Braun.
Scooter
Scooter.
Braun.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
Scooter. Yeah, it's definitely
There we
it.
go. So Scooter Braun is like one of those big Hollywood exec guys. Like he's quote got connections. So apparently he
T-Swift,
and the
Bieber.
CEO Erica
Big shots.
Nardini of Barstool have a relationship. So apparently Scooter Braun called her to say like, "Hey, Suitman and Sophia realized they kind of messed up this whole thing, but she really wants to sign that $500,000 a year. She gets the IP afterwards." And what does Dave do? Goes to Twitter. He's like, "Oh, Scooter Braun called? Oh yeah, now."
Oh,
now
dude,
we'll give
he
it all
made
to
a
her."
mockery of the situation.
Oh, it was so funny.
He was like, "We don't play by your rules."
Yeah, he's like,
He's
"You
like,
think-"
"This is
That's what Dave
Barstool.
said?
We do what
Yeah.
we want."
He
Yeah,
was
Dave
like-
literally on Twitter was like, "We don't play
Yeah,
by these
he's
rules."
like, "You think you put on a fancy suit?
No.
You think we're part of that? No,
Yes.
no. You just brought out Grunge Day or Grudge Day."
Dave's like, "We've
I
been."
hate you now.
Dave's like, we've been burning suits for the last decade.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. And dude, like I said, he polished his turds. He took that situation. He was just like, I'm gonna post this video, and it went crazy.
Yeah. So
That is electric.
once again, Dave Portnoy just he I think better than anyone else understands one his audience, but two just how human nature and the internet culture react to each other. He just gets it.
Okay, is Suitman on the hot seat at HBO for this entire fiasco?
Apparently, no, but
Because there's no
what-
such thing as bad publicity.
What KFC radio was talking about was like, how could you not see that guy in your office and not give him shit? Apparently, he was already not liked amongst the higher ups at HBO.
Dude, he looks like he sucks.
He definitely looks like he sucks. But apparently, it was at the point where people were like, all right, he's doing his own thing. We'll give him a hard time. His face is huge and his eyes are really small. But, like, we'll leave it at that. But I couldn't imagine he shows his face around there too much anymore.
I mean, dude, it's just got to be a tough scene. You just got berated by the #1 dude on Twitter, Instagram, any major platform space. Like, Big Daddy Dave just lit you up.
I'm not
Big
claiming
Daddy
I know
Dave.
this, or I'm not claiming this was my thought because Mike Malak said it on a podcast earlier today. But Dave Portnoy has won quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
He is 100% won
The
quarantine.
unboxings.
He did the unboxing.
Yes.
He had the early momentum, and then boom, halfway through, he's like, I'm going to leak all this Call Her Daddy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And just win. Because all I do is win.
Straight up, dude. The man's a genius.
Wait, actually, slow down. I didn't see the unboxing. What do you mean by that?
So pretty much, I think he just did it through Instagram Live.
You didn't see the unboxings?
I'm not big on Twitter, bro.
Bro.
Dude,
Instagram,
As a
Twitter.
side, watching Kyle navigate the social media waters has been phenomenal.
Dude,
The first
Yeah, actually,
week
it
when
is
he
funny.
like responded to like a bunch of stuff, I was like, "Whose man's?"
Kyle was getting after it, and then he started,
I think
yeah.
he started to figure it out, but
Wait, moment of honesty. I've sent one too many texts from the wrong Instagram.
Yeah, dude, I know. I was literally
All the
about to say
time.
that. I was like, why am I getting a DM from like somebody on the actual account? I saw the message. I was like, that's
was
not
like-
random at all. Like
he
that
was-
was meant to be sent.
he definitely responded to stories from the Slightly Buzzed account.
Yeah, and then
it was just like, all right, now we see whose DMs Kyle sliding into.
I was like,
Oh.
nice.
And then
Then I gotta hear about it. No.
And then the best part was like they would respond, and then Kyle would just be like, "Sorry, I actually sent this from the wrong account." But we
Oh.
could still see all that.
Dude, I was dying because I took it
wow.
upon myself to go and respond from the
Oh, yeah.
account. Like
Oh, yeah.
in the chat, I'd be like, haha, nice Kyle.
Okay, Dave Portnoy unboxing.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
moving on.
yeah.
I don't know. I think we should actually talk the rest of the
No.
episode about Kyle's mishaps on social media.
I'm sure there's been more than at least 30.
Yeah, we got to keep it
Alright.
under an hour. Tim.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so Dave Portnoy, pretty much he like gave out his address and just had people send him stuff.
Yeah, man.
It would be like merchandise for other shows. The Barstool scene is so interesting because he had people sending him like macaroni crafts, like
They were sending him a lot of
Okay.
cool shit. Like he legitimately got some sweet stuff.
Yeah,
like the one
like-
that I was watching, like a surfboard, couple samurai swords.
yeah, and he sliced his finger on like a tactical knife.
He cut his finger every episode on a box.
Badass.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like literally, it was really cool, and he was pulling in like huge numbers. For
Let's
these,
not
like,
forget the
over-
frozen pizza reviews.
Oh yeah, and now he's having people send him frozen pizza so he can do the pizza reviews.
Yeah, there was actually one that was sent from like Port Huron area, I think. It was like over in the
Really?
thumb. Yeah.
Cool.
They sent him an oven and everything. Like they balled out on it.
Yeah, pretty much he had like his entire living room just filled with boxes.
Yep. He was thriving.
It was really cool stuff.
I can't believe you didn't see that. I'm disappointed in
I'll
you.
check it out.
Yeah, you should. It's fun.
He's not a
So-
true stoolie.
Yeah, not a big stoolie guy.
I'm just getting back into that space, so I need some slack.
Last time Kyle was on.
Kyle's like, I'm
social
just getting
media,
back in that space, boys. Give me some space.
Oh,
Kyle was like, the last time I was big on Twitter, it was like Gangnam Style. And like,
Speaking of big Twitter stuff,
no.
dude, on Sunday, I was wrong in the last video because I said that golf tournament was going to be on Saturday, and it was on Sunday. And when I saw that, I was like, well, now the people think I'm a liar. And whatever. That sucks. But what an amazing spectacle that was. It was
Dude,
so fun to watch.
literally, the match 2 between Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods, and Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady against Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods.
By the way, I do want to say that I called that Tiger and Peyton were going
You
to take
were-
that dub.
You were 100% correct. Good call, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to say the weather was off and Brady had an off day, so I'm
That
not
weather
saying it
was brutal,
legit,
man.
But yeah, it was pouring the whole
It
time.
poured, man. Yeah, like
But-
I'm surprised that they kept them on the course at certain points.
Yeah, it was really fun to see how they navigated the entire thing. There was the first couple holes, they weren't talking too much smack. Everyone was just kind of trying to figure the way
Oh, they were
out
just
through
getting
it.
warmed up, dude.
And then, like, Brady had a terrible front nine and really just a bad round, but hit some.
I was gonna say, dude, Brady was like that guy who would just have a few bad holes, but then he'd come out and like hit an amazing putt or just like do something great out in the fairway or have an amazing drive. It was, I was surprised, but then Peyton wasn't playing too bad either.
Yo, but what about that 7th hole? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Where he
yeah, yeah.
hit it?
Like it was like the 120
Yeah,
yard.
no, it was like 148 eagled out. Or he
Was it really
eagled-
that far?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, what was weird about that swing, like it was a great shot, and like Tom, like he deserves that.
He
Like
holed
that,
it.
if you hit that shot, I don't care what happens or why it happened. If you sink that, you deserve that all day, every day. But it was weird because they were wearing those mics, and when he took the swing, the mic came off, and it looked like it like almost hit one of his hands on his downswing, and it looked like it messed his swing up, and he just hit it really fast.
I
Jumped
don't
her.
think he
Yeah.
was complaining.
No, exactly. But he hit down on the ball so hard that when that thing hit the green, it just went whoosh, like it spun, went right into the hole. And I have to imagine like the water on the green probably helped a little bit too.
Oh,
Thing was playing a little bit softer, so it was just grab and go. But like, dude,
You know what made me mad though about that? If you saw me do that on a golf course, I'd be losing my crap and I wouldn't shut up about it. And all he did was just like calmly just be like,
Actually, he told
"Yeah,
Chuck to
Chuck."
shut up.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah,
dude,
Chuck."
yeah, Barkley
Yeah,
was
but
Barkley
still.
was on the mics.
But still,
Like, if Barkley isn't a terrible golfer.
He's
after-
probably the worst golfer.
Dude, you know what was the best? After it, Brady, or Barkley tweeted out something, and Brady quoted it and said, "Hey, Chuck, I thought this was a tournament for champions."
Yeah.
And everyone was like,
Ooh.
"Oh!"
Hang on. One thing I will say though, outside of the people who were playing and commentating, the number one person about that whole thing was Eli Manning. Eli,
He was killing
Eli-
it on Twitter.
yeah, dude. Eli downloaded a Twitter just to commentate on that, and it was awesome.
Yeah, although I do have to say, I think it was Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, Brooks is going off
He
too.
was going off. He was
yeah.
he was donating $100,000 if Brady could hole in, like, and that was the craziest thing.
Yeah.
He called him out the hole before. He's like, if you do better than a par on this hole, I'll donate $100,000 to this situation.
Yeah.
They raised like $20 million.
Dude, it was
They
insane.
went off.
Well, Champions for Charity? Is that what it was
Yeah,
called?
Champions for Charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was sponsored by Red Cross, if I do say so myself.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
Such a good cause. Awesome thing to watch too. Just watching Phil and Tiger battle it out in general is just always something that's good to watch. Like it's just
Yeah.
good entertainment. Two of the best players in the world. Tiger obviously has this reputation. Phil's a beast, the lefty from Arizona State. Like you love watching those guys play, and then you sprinkle a little Tom and Peyton rivalry in there.
It's phenomenal. And the coolest thing about it, because now I hate Tom Brady, was that
Where's Patriots jersey? I understand
Yeah.
it's Moss. It's Moss, but
Go
who was
Pats.
throwing him those TDs?
Matt Castle threw a bunch in 2008. Brady threw a lot in 2007.
Yeah, there it is.
Brady's
Wasn't that
no
the Super
longer-
Bowl year?
We don't talk about that.
I think it was.
Anyways, Tiger was the only one who actually played really well top to bottom. Wasn't expecting that. Tiger played phenomenally.
Yeah.
Phil had a really rough front nine. But my favorite part about it was, one, you could tell Tiger and Peyton were good friends. They had a lot of rapport with each other.
Yeah.
The comments were, or the commentary between the two was fun. But Phil and Tiger explaining to Peyton and Tom, like, how they should approach it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you
That was
are just a
interesting.
golf, not aficionado even, if you just, like, go out and play a couple times this summer, you could pick up so much from just their knowledge throughout that entire
Well,
situation.
it's
It was
what they
sure,
do,
yeah.
man. They're pros at it. It's like anything with that. I mean, I would do so much to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was really cool. And to see
It'd be sweet.
Tiger was kind of like alphaing Peyton a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
He was just like, hey, Pey, go pull go pull the pole.
Yeah.
And Peyton was like,
Hand me my driver.
yeah, exactly.
Tiger was a beast rolling up, though. It's always funny to see Tiger wearing shorts. You see it every once in a
His
while.
calves are so small.
Yeah, but like but they're also like,
Still not as small as yours, but like small.
but he's also like, the dude is jacked, man. Like he rolls up and
He's
you're just
shredded.
like,
He's shredded.
this guy, like he puts in that work, and then he comes out there and he's just like, I'm gonna hit this ball a country freaking
For
mile.
real, man.
Dude, he grips it and rips it.
And he had great tee shots.
Yeah, man.
Throughout the
I
whole
saw him hit
thing.
one. I saw him hit like one or two bad ones. From
No,
what?
he hit the fairway on all 18.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, like
no.
Barstool made a clip. Every single one with the ball tracker.
Every single one of them landed fairway though.
Yeah.
No.
Or it was like 17 of 18.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I saw one not land in the fairway, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
But it was nuts. Like he had
Maybe I'm wrong.
very, very. I might be wrong too. But I watched a video of all 18 of his tee shots.
He's just got a great ball path too. Like the
Yeah.
dude plays his dog legs extremely well. Left, right,
Oh,
draw,
best
fade.
of all time.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I mean, every once in a while you're gonna have a bad swing. So,
Yeah.
dude's just got it dialed in.
The craziest thing is you've seen the evolution of Tiger's swing from just like the most violent swing in golf history.
Still is pretty
Arguably.
violent.
And it's still violent, but it's so much smoother. And you can just tell, obviously, his body's broken down over time because
He's
of how
proud.
Getting
Probably.
older, yeah.
He's probably had about like at least.
surgeries.
No, I was gonna say like at least 3 or 4 different swing coaches through the years, trying to get it redialed in depending on how his body's doing.
Yeah, but also he tore his ACL. He's had multiple back surgeries.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, dude. He's had 4 surgeries just on his left knee by 2008.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So you said
Well, that-
6 just by 2008. there
Dude's a
were 4.
beast, though. I mean, hey, that's what happens when you got money. You bounce back from shit.
They're like, and you can have a little stem cells here. and
Yeah,
a
they're
little
like
more
stems.
here.
Yeah, I have to imagine what they did with all the Kardashian faces. They just put stem cells in them.
Holy
I don't think that's how that works. But
Yeah, I don't think it is either,
that's
but
not how that works.
nonetheless.
Yeah, Tiger's crazy, and he
Alright.
does all that Navy SEAL training stuff.
Yeah, I have a question. So every time I play golf, one thing that I've never understood is how do you get the ball to spin, especially with your irons when you're approaching the green?
Yeah, dude, it's tough to do, man. I mean, you really got to know how to hit the ball because you got to hit down on it.
So it's like the path?
Yeah, but you also got to be good enough to hit down on the ball without just absolutely blading it.
Yep.
So,
Down and
or
flat.
chunking, because
Blading,
that's
you
the
mean,
thing.
like
Like
the
if you,
bottom of
yeah,
the-
so like if you try and come down on the ball super hard, it means you're bringing your swing path more down, so your ball is getting nothing but the grooves of the club, and it also
so
plays the
it
factor of your
spins?
clubs. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you got to
so
have
you want-
clubs with deep
the
grooves, because
Yeah, you want to just hit under it, but down on it too. You like kind of want to like scoop it. So
And-
like for you throwing a baseball.
Sure.
So the opposite. If you're throwing a sinker, you want to get on top of the ball and throw it like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Essentially, it's the exact opposite. You want to hit it with the club going to get the ball movement to go back.
What about
Yeah.
like if you want it to hook or you want it to?
well, then you just got to adjust the way your swing path is. A lot of the
Turn
time.
the
Well,
face?
I'll put it this way: some guys are able to just swing, like adjust their swing path if they want to play draw or fade.
Yeah.
Some guys adjust their grip on the club. So I mean, it really just depends. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I play a decent amount of golf. I can't effectively hit a draw or fade when need to. I can definitely do it, and I get it every once in a while. But my thing is, I change my stance and I compensate.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just slice and hook.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
And the other thing
the
too, I mean,
extremes.
you've seen a video of a golf ball being compressed, right?
For sure.
Like
No,
when they hit, they compress super hard, and they got those soft shells. And if you got deep grooves in your club, they just grab it. But you got to be able to
Okay.
hit it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get spin onto every shot, but to really do that, you got to be good.
Yeah, I feel like golf is uniquely capable of getting the ball to move because it goes so far. It's got so much time to actually.
Yeah, dude, you'll hit it
Yeah.
for like the first like maybe like 100, 200 feet. You're just like, oh man, that's a great shot. And then you get out like 100 yards, and it's like,
No.
I'm going 100 yards this way, and you're like, oh, dude.
Did you see Phil Mickelson before the match started describing? He's like, you don't want to hit stingers. Tiger hits stingers. I hit beautiful bombs, and
Yeah,
it was
dude.
like, yeah, it was so much fun to watch him describe all
Well,
of that.
Phil is also just an absolute unit
Phil's a
of a
dude.
human being. He's like
Dude,
6'3".
He's lost so much weight.
Yeah, he's got slim. Talk about. I mean, we brought up my feeble calves earlier. Phil's got some monster calves. That dude's just
Jacked.
built like a frickin' Sherman tank, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you play golf? We need to get you in some pads, bro. You need to be playing for like the Dolphins or something.
Dolphins could use him.
Dolphins probably could use
Actually,
him.
as a side, I think the Dolphins are going to be good next year.
They're probably
but-
gonna be halfway decent.
Holy
They cut tackle
crap.
Charlton.
Yeah, dude, his caps
I
are
just
absurd.
Googled it.
Dude,
These things are mooing.
bro, he's
They're
got.
mooing.
They are not even calves anymore, dude. They're full blown cows. They are heifers.
It is actually
Wow.
crazy. And
Dude's
Phil,
a beast.
Phil literally dropped like 70 pounds over the past year and a half.
Yeah, and he's got those
Good for
long
him.
freaking arms, dude. Dude hits bombs. Hits
Lefty-
bombs.
Lefty's a beast.
Yeah, dude, he is a lefty. He stands on the wrong side of the ball.
Oh, dude, hitting bombs. You know what I miss? Hitting
The after part of that saying?
No. I miss just hitting clap bombs, playing some pond hockey.
Oh, dude, pond hockey's
It's a
elite.
clap bomb.
Clap bombs, like slap shot, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Clap
what you call
bombs.
it, a clap
Yeah, because it
bomb?
claps, it goes clap, and then
Yeah,
it
if you hit it
bombs.
against that, it just goes.
Yeah.
Crap.
Except Tim hit a clap bomb, fall over, and only go about 10 feet. He'd be like, dude, I clapped shit out of it.
Oh my god.
Sounded cool.
Did you hear
I
it
see.
clap?
That makes sense,
I'm like, I
actually.
heard you clap against the ice.
Oh my god.
Clap, clap, clap.
Dude. There was one. Okay, you'll get a kick out of the story. There's one time we're playing or pond hockey, and our good buddy Dale, good old Dale, he turns
Frickin'
around.
Dale.
I'm skating away, and he turns around like tries to quickly adjust.
Just a hockey stop, basically.
He doesn't try to hockey stop. He tries to like spin very quickly, and his back leg just comes up and literally swipes his hockey skate blade right between my butt cheeks.
No, dude.
It was the
Wait.
scariest moment of my life.
Did the payment go through?
Oh, it went all the way through. It was
Jeez.
terrible.
Yep. Unfortunately, it was denied, though.
Yeah, it was denied.
Yeah.
No damage was done.
Not
but
by
still,
Tibbs choosing. He was
Not by
welcoming.
Tim's
He was
choosing,
like,
but by
"I'll
those
take
snow pants he was wearing. They were
Thank
just
God.
like, yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
Not to mention, he's
He
got
was
thick
awful.
cakes on him, so, I mean, it's hard to get all the way through.
it." Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't know, but
Built up a decent amount of padding back there, so.
yeah.
You gotta play it safe.
It's like a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Oh my god. Evolution of its finest.
He's like, no, no.
But unfortunately, it doesn't.
Pulling a Kurt Busch over here.
Kyle.
Kyle Busch, yeah, I'm tapping my
Close.
buddy from behind.
Don't look at me.
Same. Yeah, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing hockey anytime soon.
Well, we'll see the
We'll have to play
postseason.
some- Yeah, so the NHL was the first
Yeah,
professional
they announced
sport
that.
team to come out today and say that they're no longer going to do regular season hockey. They're going to figure out how to just do
Yeah.
postseason. And
I'm here
yes,
for it, whatever.
I just want sports, man.
I'll take it. That's
Yeah, dude, I'll
progress,
take
right?
postseason every day. Like, the Wings are out of it, which kind of sucks because, you know,
Well,
whatever.
The
But
interesting thing is now it screws over the teams who are doing really bad. Their like draft lottery chances of getting the number one. overall pick.
oh, that's a good point.
I didn't read too much into it as to how they're actually breaking it down now. But I think what they're doing is like, I might be completely wrong on this, but the only
Classic
thing that
Tim.
makes sense to me is if they're just doing, if you didn't make the playoffs, everyone has the same chance in the lottery.
Yeah. I mean,
Incentivize
whatever.
those teams who were closer to making the playoffs, like not to be super pissed off because there was a lot of regular season to be played.
Yeah, no, there definitely was. I mean, hockey's a long season, and I get that teams are probably pretty pissed, but whatever. You got to, at least people are getting back on the ice and they're getting the postseason and trying to anyways. One thing I did see, like kind of talking about getting the seasons back underway, was college football was talking about, well, at least the University of Michigan was saying if kids aren't on campus for fall
Schlissel.
semester, we're not going to have
Oh,
football
that's
season.
right.
Schlissel, you're killing me, dude.
Yeah, man, president of the university.
This is why Michigan sucks.
Like, that's brutal. I
love
mean,
Michigan.
but like, if at the same time
Like,
if
oh,
other
What did
schools
you
are
want?
playing,
What did you want them to
I
do?
wanted them to
Like,
do what Ohio
no-
State. And
Well, I heard
every
a pretty good
SEC
argument.
school did.
What are they doing? I don't know.
Ohio State was like, we can fit about 50,000 people in our stands, and have them all 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And play it like that.
well, hang on. I also heard a pretty good argument in terms of like having student athletes on campus too, because it's like if you have student athletes on campus, one, you're able to keep an eye on them. Two, you're able to keep them in structured environments where they're able to maintain social distance. Two, they're using equipment and gyms that have been sterilized and clean. Three, they're mainly just around their teammates all day, every day. So you keep them in a very enclosed environment. Now, I get like if you're not, so there's going to be other people there, but like I said, they're able to keep them pretty much in check. They have routine schedules. It is what it is. Now, they were saying if you let them off for the season, the chance of some of them being out, like if you're going to be with your families, if you're going to be back home in your home states, you're not being, on a regimented schedule, there's a good chance that they put themselves unknowingly in environments where they could potentially get it. So there's a pretty strong argument, in my point of view, that keeping student athletes on campus, in training, in environments that's going to keep them safe and in a structured means is ultimately a really good outcome.
I still think that. I won't go down that route.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, play it safe.
Well, it's just, once again, like, less than 1% of all COVID deaths have been college student ages. So,
Sure. I don't know, but I'm sure there's more.
Maybe
We're
I'm
not
so.
thinking- we're
I
not
know
thinking
I'm so
about
biased though
something.
because I have one thing in mind. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I do not have one thing in mind because obviously I'd feel terrible if like a bunch of college players ended up getting COVID and there was a
No, but
terrible
here's the
outcome
thing.
for it.
They're going to get criticism if they bring the athletes back.
Oh, yeah.
And they
And not
don't
bring the
bring the
students
students.
back.
Because
Yeah.
you know how they always have to play the like, oh, we give them a great education as part of their experience.
Yeah.
Well, the minute you bring them back, they're going to be like, clearly they're just trying to make
well,
their
they're bringing
money.
them back in 3 days. June
Oh, they are
1st.
bringing
Yeah,
them
the
back?
camp
NCAA's
starts.
allowing yeah.
Yeah, camp starts in
But
June.
Michigan's
June
not.
1st.
Michigan is.
June 1st is when camp starts.
So they're just not sure what's going on right now.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
that's all
what
over the
Schlissel
board.
is doing is what the universe.
He's making a statement before they actually know what they're going to do.
Exactly. Right now, Schlissel is.
Yeah.
This is my issue with
He's
the
mad.
University of Michigan as a whole. They want to act so far. I don't even pretentiously about every single possible outcome.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love this.
I think we will.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, dude. At some point, you're gonna have to make a stand. Like you're not gonna be able to satisfy everyone. The SEC's like, yep, we're going.
Yeah,
We're
SEC.
another- we're
There's
doing-
been multiple schools where they're like, we're having football season.
Yeah, Ohio
Yeah, but
State's
they're also
like.
like wide open down south.
So how does this
In a lot
happen
of the
though?
States.
Wait, hang on.
How is that any different than Ann Arbor? If you think
Well, we're
Tuscaloosa,
not
is
open.
Question.
We're not there yet.
How are some schools going to, like, some schools are fully on board with bringing student athletes back and having the season on board, but how are you going to have a season if not all schools are going to do
Partial
this?
season, bro. I don't know.
Do you
They
have a
don't even
partial
know.
season?
They
Does the
don't even
NCAA allow it?
What a lot. Okay, well, first off, there's a lot of talk. Not a lot, but there is some speculation of a board of regent member from the University of Minnesota said. Did we talk about this in the last
Yeah,
podcast, or did I talk about it with someone else?
No, I don't think we talked about it in the last
No,
podcast,
okay,
but we talked about it
So
recently.
pretty much what someone's saying is like, probably within the next couple years, NCAA is going to be replaced with an alternative because these schools are making so much money off intercollegiate sports.
Yeah.
Why would they continue to abide by the rules of the NCAA? The NCAA isn't this overarching body that controls how universities act. It's
Right.
strictly to the sports.
Yep.
And
But it's
if-
so
if you
ingrained
could-
in university life.
I really don't think that if
Title IX.
yeah, but dude, Title IX is strictly just for NCAA. Literally, if the University of Michigan, Notre
So
Dame,
you're saying-
Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Oklahoma, if they were all like, we can make more money off TV deals, we can make more money off sponsorships from students, why wouldn't we just leave?
So do they
make sense.
become their own league then?
Yeah.
So like people that are college age can just go play in that league?
No,
they're
it
not
would
gonna
still
go-
be through the school. But you have to understand that NCAA doesn't necessarily mean the school.
So there's
Like,
only certain sports
no,
that really
I understand.
generate. There's only certain sports that really generate that amount of money, and I get what Tim is saying, but at the same time too, I just don't see the NCAA being curbed by some other entity that compiles these athletes and these teams together in a
until
separate.
a couple billionaires come together and like, let's do this.
Dude,
But
there's
you're thinking that they're going to compile the big name schools into
Yeah.
something new?
Why wouldn't they?
I didn't say they would. No, I'm
What
just trying to make sure I
my
understand.
point is,
I
if
just
you could
don't see
get-
it happening. It
if
doesn't
you
seem
could get
feasible.
A few big name schools to do it. The NCAA already knows it's happening, and that's why they're changing as much as they already have as far as allowing players to get sponsorships and stuff. They're not doing that because they think everything's all hunky-dory. They're doing it because there are legitimate, credible threats to the system they have in place.
Okay.
So, to me, I think if you get a couple big name schools on, you'd be surprised how quickly. I don't think anybody really likes how the NCAA operates.
Yeah, I bet you a lot of people will be like, we don't want to miss out. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
let's take
If you can
advantage
go
of
to a
this.
school,
Well, no, but
if you can go to a program,
it's not like your athletic director is making this decision. The school has to make that decision. And a lot of these schools are getting a lot of flack about how they put athletics over academics.
So
So
this would
the
be like the
NCAA
ultimate
does more
version.
than just like they are the end all be all when it comes to athletics, but they're also deeply ingrained in campus life in one way or another. So I don't see a lot of these universities getting out of the NCAA to make sure that they can start having athletic programs that can pay players to come. I just don't see that happening.
I think down the road there'll be a bigger market for it. Or the NCAA will start paying.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
It's one way or
Maybe
the
you're
other.
right, but personally, I don't see it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, literally, a Big Ten school Board of Regents member said this.
And
He
knows,
didn't
maybe
say-
one day he'll be able to look at me and be like, told you so.
Place your bets, boys. Place
Yeah.
your bets.
I truly think the NCAA is far too corrupt and has been for far too long for it to continue on the way it has. But that's
It's
just
entirely corrupt. There's no doubt about it.
yeah,
What do you think the new thing will be called?
whatever.
Tim's World.
NCAA.
If you think this is something I'm making up,
No. It's not.
No, it's like
I
a
know it's
legitimate
not something
thing.
you're making up, but I said what I said and I stand
Well,
by
I'm
it.
like-
I don't
it
see it
could
I'm
happening.
like 99% sure he's not making this up.
no, dude, like
Nobody said he is.
legitimately, it could be an ESPN.
I never said he's making it up.
It was a joke.
Yeah. I
Who
know,
says
'cause I
that?
said
Who says
99%
that?
sure all the time.
What?
Nick's so in the zone right now.
Yeah, I know. Like, dude, literally,
eat it.
if ESPN wanted to do something where they've got enough money to pay off these schools, the NCAA doesn't provide a whole lot to colleges. Like, it really doesn't. Like, it's just a governing body. And if they were like, all right, see ya, obviously it would be the end of, like, Big Ten. It would just be another version of the Big Ten, SEC, Pac-12.
Which isn't even 10 teams.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, it's
14?
not. Pac-12
Yes.
is not even 12 teams. Yeah, it's whatever. I
Ridiculous.
don't know.
But anyways.
Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But
I just want to see college football.
yeah, you're telling me, dude.
I just hope we can make it happen.
Well, we're gonna get some. You said that there's a couple schools that are.
Yeah, so like you said,
take
you might have made a good point when you said maybe we'll get like partial seasons. I'm just curious to see how that's all going to play out for teams that like are normally scheduled to play certain teams in their regular
Bye week,
season
baby.
schedules that aren't going to participate.
I think
Bye week.
I think most
Rescheduling.
projections right now are just conference play, like a 9-game conference play, and you take out all the out of conference.
Okay.
So I think the one big one was Ohio State and Oregon
Yeah.
had a.
What about Michigan, Washington?
Not going to happen in Washington at least.
Yeah.
Oregon and Washington are on the West Coast. They're very apt to making sure nothing happens in their state at the moment.
Okay.
So Oregon already ruled out through September. No games or events will be held.
Interesting.
No, dude.
I feel like they're more
So,
spread out there.
The first thing it's like, all right, well, are they going to play on a neutral site? Are they going to come to Ohio? You know.
Oh, so it's just as long as it doesn't take place in Oregon.
Well, that's the
Potentially.
Yeah,
Don't-
but also, like-
don't say Oregon. Don't do that.
Oregon, whatever. Screw you.
I agree with you. It's Oregon.
No, it's definitely not Oregon. All right.
All right, say O.
Oh.
Coach O.
Oregon or Oregon?
Hold that tag.
All right. All I'm saying is I know some people from Oregon.
I heard
and they
O, dude. I'd
Oregon.
say it.
Yeah, it's Oregon.
Oregon.
Put some respect on the Oregonese people.
All right, listen here, Super Chief.
Organization or
No.
that's an I. not
Oregon
O.
Jack.
Just say O. Oregon. Oh,
I like that. That was funny.
Oregon.
You know what?
Just
Okay.
what's inside your body?
Oregon.
No.
Oregons.
Organs. I'd rather you just say Oregon. Just say the word. What's
See,
in your
that's an
body?
A,
bro.
not an O.
Oregon. Just say
Yeah,
that.
that's an A, not a no. It's
But
totally
just,
different.
But just say it.
Yeah, but
Oregon.
that's not how it works.
Ah.
He's mad.
He's pissed.
Yep. Ones and twos takes an L.
I'm just mad that I got two of you against
Hey, and lift your right arm.
Let's do it.
He's got a hole in his armpit.
Why'd you know?
Do you really?
Yeah, dude, I got a hole in the armpits. What happens when you actually get big?
Yeah, dude, he lifts.
Are you still shopping at Baby Gap, dude?
Is my name,
Yeah, we're
not
going. Hey.
Baby Gap? No.
Whoa, I was gonna say we're going on Sunday. You want to go?
He's like 15% off.
They got a plus size kid section
Yeah, they're still closed.
online. I'm getting express shipping. I'm getting express shipping on the tightest clothes here. Nope.
Dude,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but anyways, it'll be interesting to see how sports open up. Obviously, I've been pretty entertained with the Tiger Phil stuff. Hockey's coming back. NASCAR's been pretty sick, if I do say so myself.
Honestly, there's been some pretty entertaining news coming out of the NASCAR realm.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
There's been some spin-outs. There's been some shit talking. A couple of birds flipped.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
people are really. Yeah, really set up with like a.
How's your tongue?
Something in my tongue, dude.
Yeah, something in your tongue.
No, something in my teeth.
Oh,
Anyways,
interesting.
yeah, NASCAR's been pretty cool. There was a big controversy last week. The second race at Darlington, Chase Elliott had the best car in the field. He was about to win. He got spun out
By Kyle Busch.
NASCAR's villain, Kyle Busch.
Us Kyles.
Yeah, dude.
Ruining
Probably
everything.
sitting there drinking a Monster, not even paying attention. Next thing you know, he's just like
Dude,
swerve.
it's hard when you get that sweet nectar on your tongue. What else are you going to focus on?
What a beta.
Beer.
Bo said bees. Count it.
I'm not happy with that. That did not play out in my favor whatsoever.
Yeah, you like them
Yeah,
apples?
that's tough, dude.
Jesus.
He's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, so he spun him out, and then the dude who got crashed stood there and just flipped the bird the entire time he
I
drove.
saw the
around.
video, dude. It was super
Nationally
funny.
televised. It was great.
He's just like,
And-
bang.
Then the next week, this last race, which aired on Sunday night, the Coke 600, the longest race of the season, 600 miles of going 180 mile per hour. It's actually nuts when you think about it.
Wouldn't
But-
take it that long.
It takes like 4 hours.
I was going to say, it's about a 4-hour trip. Yeah.
Hey, man.
I watched a little bit of it, and I was just like, man, that's
The-
20 minutes of my life I'll never get
Yeah,
back.
The race itself actually wasn't that exciting. It was spread out. There was a rain delay. But in the last couple laps got exciting.
How funny is that? How funny is that? There was a
Right.
rain delay for one of the badasses, like one of those badass sports on the planet, NASCAR.
But the tires don't stick, right?
But
You
'Cause
can't
they
go
don't get
200
hot.
miles
but the
per hour with windshield
boys are
wipers.
out there swinging them clubs.
Because it ain't badass, bro.
You're not strapped.
I don't know
into
about that. That's way
900
more badass.
Not gonna lie, I could not do what the golfers did. Couldn't do it.
No, they were out there in like monsoon conditions.
Nick, you would have a lot easier time standing outside in the rain for 2 hours than
He's
going
getting so
180
mad.
miles per
He's
hour.
getting so mad.
Because you,
Well, actually, you're making a bad point.
Yeah, no,
dude,
it's
your
not a
point
great
sucked.
point, but it's enough of a point to get him riled up. That's all I care
I know
about.
what you were doing there.
I could tell too, but it was just dumb.
Tim's like, ah!
Throwing shit.
You're a car.
You're telling me you're going 180 miles an hour in a golf cart?
Well, this guy claims to be a car guy. Then he's like, "Nah, dude, cars suck.
Not true at all.
They can't run fast in the rain."
Plenty of cars run fast in the rain. F1 cars do it all the time. They simply change their tires.
No, because they go on different tracks, and it's not like
Yeah.
F1.
I'm just saying, bro.
Mate.
Some of the most high-performing vehicles on planet Earth.
F1 track or F1 races that run on oval tracks do not run in rain. I literally went to an Indy car race.
So-
at
You went to an
Richmond.
Indy car race, not a Formula
Dude,
One.
Indy cars also run in the rain at times.
Oh my god.
That's not the same,
Boys.
though. And
They're,
you know
this,
it.
they're literally the same car.
No.
Boys.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Time out.
I know way more about NASCAR and motorsports. This kid's wrong.
And that's why he's beating you, because he's just getting deep.
I actually
under your
don't
skin.
think that F1 cars and Indy cars are entirely the same. I definitely
Could
think
you
there's.
pull up a picture of an F1 versus Indy
They
car and tell
look
me they're
similar,
not
but I definitely think
99%
there's
similar?
variations in how the cars
Literally,
operate and
one's an
how
inter-
they're engineered.
One's an international car. One's an American sport.
So is an Indy car like a NASCAR style car?
No, an Indy car looks like what you see on the
F1
wall
style
over there.
car.
Yeah, it's like what you see up on the wall right there. I definitely think there's
There are
variations in
subtle
how the cars are
differences.
engineered.
No, there are. I'm just trying to make sure I see.
And
Subtle differences, but
F1
they're the
cars
same type of
run
cars.
pretty much in all weather conditions. Hardly ever do F1 cars ever get stopped out of rain.
All right.
Now, Tim's
Oval
talking about
track.
oval track racing,
Let's
so
get
he's
some facts.
blaming it on the
Let's
track,
get some
not the
facts.
car.
Let's get some facts. The F1 and the Indy cars both feature open wheels and an open cockpit.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what else there is. There's different engines.
100%.
So the lighter F1 and Indy cars are fueled by a V6. So those are actually the same.
Okay.
I think the NASCAR one is different.
Well, yeah, it's
Yep.
definitely different. They probably run V8s.
Actually, V6 is it right now.
Do they?
Oh, Nick,
Really?
I'm not finding a lot of differences so
Thank
far.
you.
Oh no, there's
Uh-oh.
definitely differences in.
There's slight differences, but they're generally the same car. Literally, Indy car was modeled
Which is
after
exactly what I
F1.
said, so you just proved my point.
No, dude.
I said there were slight variations in other cars, but
You're
F1 cars
retarded.
run in all weather.
So do Indy cars, unless
You
they're
just-
running on oval tracks.
Okay, so it's a track, not the K.
That's what I've been saying.
Well,
We can run this back.
But you boys just kiss already, God.
no, I'm not gonna
No.
kiss him, dude. He's
He
just
was
picking
wrong.
something out of his teeth with his tongue. It was gross. Nonetheless, F1 cars way cooler than NASCAR. Same with GTR, Grand Touring cars. That's 100% fact.
Oh, wait. Uh-oh. The two series, meaning Formula One and IndyCar, run very differently. While F1 has always been the pinnacle of engineering excellence,
Bang.
IndyCar has prioritized an equal playing field with lower budgets. Oh, that's
Exactly.
That's not a good point.
That's
gotta-
literally exactly.
Sounds
what I
way
said.
less cool, man. Not to mention that F1 cars are the pinnacle of racing.
All right.
Well,
Hence why they run in all weather.
Actually, I would say like Le Mans would be more of the pinnacle of racing.
Maybe, okay, so the 24-hour Le Mans is like the pinnacle of all time, what racers want to accomplish, but not an overall car performance.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming NASCAR's cars are more advanced than.
No, I was just
F1,
saying.
Not at all.
I was just saying, I think it's cooler how F1 cars run in the rain and NASCARs don't.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that's due to their tracks.
Just
You
change
guys
the
are
tires.
ridiculous. As somebody who isn't a huge fan, this is a hilarious conversation because I feel like we've gotten straight to the point where Tim was more correct than you, Nick. I'm sorry, but like that's what the facts on the internet are saying so
Thank
far.
you.
Well,
I know
hang
more
on.
about racing.
Definitely
This
think
is
there's some
fact.
variations here, and I pointed those out.
So can
We're
you name
gonna,
a couple
when
of
we're
them?
editing
Wait,
this, we're
remind
gonna
me.
look back in the film, and he's gonna be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Damn."
All I'm saying, F1 cars are more badass because they run in all weather. And what I said was they changed tires.
Actually, do you think NASCAR don't change tires?
Wait, how come? Why do oval tracks not run as well wet? And when F1 cars take way tighter turns,
Because they're not going 200 miles per hour into a turn.
they go pretty quick into a turn.
Not 200 miles an hour.
The last NASCAR race I watched, nobody went 200 miles into a turn.
Charlotte, literally, which was last Sunday, and they'll race again tomorrow. They go 195.
Not 200.
They've exceeded 200 plenty of times. Particularly this year, they instituted a new package where they
All right,
lower the downforce.
Tim can take his racing dub. That's fine. F1 cars are just cooler than NASCARs all day, every day.
Well, I think NASCARs are cooler, but I understand that F1s are a better engineering feat.
I just don't
Okay,
see.
All right, you guys are tangenting hard. Just being honest.
We're just talking.
Yeah, we're just having a
What's the point of the
conversation.
podcast, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, let's throw us back on Kyle. How come you don't know anything about racing? Cars are sick.
No, I didn't say they weren't sick, but how much racing do I do?
How much
I don't
racing do
know.
we do?
I watched you try and cook
Tim
through the
does
gears in your
most
compass
racing
the
of
other
all
day.
of us. Yeah, I did. Didn't do a very good job.
No, it was tough.
Tough scene.
Wasn't great.
Yeah, it's okay.
Cool.
So,
At least you have a manual.
this is true. This is true. Take what I can get
Nice.
from that. But do I drive it well? No. I know that. I know that.
Better than somebody who doesn't.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Tell myself
that.
that every morning.
Look at that guy. Stalls
like-
it. He's just like, you know
every
what?
morning when I get out of my driveway, install this thing, I just go better than someone who drives an automatic.
He's like, I don't even turn it on to get out of the driveway, dude. I just put on the clutch because reverse kind of just, I can't get it. I can't figure it out.
He's like, it's tough.
Good thing my driveway's sloped.
He's like, I just kick it. And,
Just get it. I push it a little bit, and then I keep the door open. I hop in real quick. Works like a charm.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You're accusing me of not knowing a lot about it, but I feel like he was wrong about everything you said.
yeah, but Nick
I
knows
was not
about it.
wrong about everything I said.
So what were you right about?
What do you mean? I told you there was slight variation between the car. You
No,
pointed
you
that
didn't
out.
name any
Actually,
of them, and I
what
didn't.
What I
find
was
any.
wrong about was why the track makes a difference.
No, what you said was they're completely different than when I said
what part
IndyCar
was
was
right?
modeled after F1. You're like,
No.
all right, there's slight variation.
Okay, so I initially stated that they were completely different, and then I
So wrong.
I corrected myself by saying there were slight variations.
What are
After
they?
I said
What are they though?
One, engine difference.
What's the difference?
Well, they're both V6s, but they also run at different compressions. Guaranteed that's a fact.
Yeah, dude, different manufacturers.
Okay,
right?
I literally just stated a difference. You asked me one, I told you. Additionally, too,
Nick's getting
F1
defensive.
is the pinnacle. No,
I
I'm
just took it off
simply
you.
not
You guys
allowed.
came at me, I was
I'm
like-
not getting defensive. I'm just not allowing you guys to berate me on things that I went back and corrected myself on and have continued to put points in place for. So, that is that.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Seemed a little defensive.
Well, hey, I'm just saying, boys. Not letting it slide.
All right, this thing has gone completely off the rails.
F1 cars would have stayed on the rails.
They changed their tires, bro.
They changed their tires, bro. Dude, NASCAR runs the same tire the entire race, bro. They don't change their tires. That's why they can't run
Just
in rain.
flat.
No, you know what I meant, though. It's not fair. That's
Honestly,
not fair.
I bet that NASCAR's pit cycles are quicker than F1's.
I'm not looking this up.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not-
I honestly
I'm not
couldn't.
looking this up.
I'm fairly positive in that.
I don't know. I feel like it takes, what, like average of 14 seconds for a NASCAR pit?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Less. I'm talking about like
I
laps
think-
it takes in between pit
So,
stops.
previously to talking about NASCAR switching over to a single hub racing
dude.
style, I would have argued that F1 cars would have faster pit stops because they all run
was
single hub
not-
wheels, but then we started talking about it, and allegedly, I didn't actually look it up, but you said that there was actually no difference in terms of unlugging 6 lugs compared
Nope.
to,
Formula One's faster by about 100%.
wow,
Yeah, no,
that's elite.
No, the pit stops are way faster in Formula
He just
That's
said
what
they
we're
weren't.
talking
what
about.
I was saying was the pit cycles.
Boys, I can't keep
NASCAR's
up.
pit cycles.
I can't keep up with this.
No. What I was trying to say.
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought he was talking about pit stops too.
No, pit cycles, as in the NASCAR teams change the tires more often than IndyCar teams do.
Then why'd you use the term quicker?
Because
Because they
do it-
pit more?
They pit more often. They pit quick.
Okay.
Okay, that's super fair. That's super fair because like usually NASCAR runs only like they have to go through about 8 sets of tires per race.
Which is
Depending
probably
on
like
the race.
$8,000 in tires.
Oh Jesus Christ, it's brutal. But yeah, I'm fairly.
What was
certain
what
they
was
changed
that pit time for F1? You looked it up.
Oh,
I'm
it's
5 to
curious.
6 seconds.
Yeah, it's like
6
5
seconds?
seconds,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's
Well, the thing is
beautiful.
they allow their teams to have 4 sets of tires. So like there's one jack in the middle, the entire thing lifts up, and then
Yeah.
4 crews do it at once, each tire. So what happens, and then they can leave while they're both on both sides of the car. NASCAR, they have to jump out, do one side, lift it up, then that same tube.
That just
do it.
shows the actual beauty of the F1 cars because they can
Oh
use
my
one single
God.
jack to put the entire car in the air because it's so well balanced.
Can y'all chill?
That's electric.
You could easily do that with a NASCAR. But anyways,
I don't know if
besides the
you
point.
could though.
That's what he did. He just snuck that in and was like, all right, moving on.
You could use one really long jack, put it in the middle, and then it's all the way.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
well, all right.
Nick's like, damn.
But at the same time, I guarantee weight distribution is probably closer to 1-to-1 for F1 than NASCAR.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, dude. Well, I don't know how long we're running, but I'm super down to bring this.
I
podcast
finished my
on.
beer, dude. I loved
last
it.
call was an hour ago, but you are always welcome here in my bar because, as we talked about before,
Kyle decided to give us a key.
yeah, you got a key.
He's like, you gotta wipe down the frickin' tables and
Hey,
the
how about-
countertops,
how
but
about
you,
the tab? Dude?
yeah.
Can you just wash that out too?
He's like, but I'm gonna count this drawer because you conniving sons of bitches are probably gonna take something.
Yeah, dude. Well, last thoughts on this beer, which is once again Vanilla Captain's Porter by
Big Lake
Big
Brewing.
Lake Brewing from
Dude.
Holland, Michigan. Phenomenal beer.
Ah,
It was really good. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. So it was for me. Okay, so my rating right out of the gate, I'm gonna give this one. This beer was electric. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot more subtle than I initially expected it to be. After reading the can, everything I knew about porters in the past, especially when it comes to vanilla porters, I expected it to be a little bit sweeter, but I wasn't disappointed with the fact that it wasn't as sweet as I expected it to be.
Nice.
Like it sat really clean. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel like I just ingested a ton of beer. It's got a great alcohol level for what it is.
Yep.
I think all in all, like it really embodied just being a just really well balanced porter.
See, I couldn't agree more with everything you said. The only difference is I'm a huge fan of porters and darkest beers, so I'm going to give this the best rating possible. This is a must-buy.
oh,
I love this beer, man.
That's right, y'all.
wow.
Captain's
Huge fan.
Vanilla Captain's Porter. Must
Well,
buy.
That's all I got. That speaks for itself. Those don't come out too often.
Ones and twos.
All right.
What do we got?
All right. I like this beer a lot. Huge fan of dark chocolate. I really think that they captured that nice. It's almost sweet, but it does have a better finish that you get with a nice piece of like high cacao dark chocolate, maybe like 83%, 93%. You know what I'm talking about right there.
Nice.
That's the stuff.
Okay.
In the wheelhouse.
Anyways, yeah, but then there is that
Pulled
touch
out
of
his
vanilla.
cacao knowledge.
Cacao.
Ka-chow. Yeah.
Okay, so
Speaking of cars.
yeah, so,
McQueen's
I
a
liked
beast.
it. I thought the flavors were absolutely phenomenal, and the thing is, I'm gonna give it an electric. I'm gonna let Tim's Must Buy speak for itself, But what I think is that basically I couldn't get myself to stop drinking it. Like we only had one beer today, and I wanted to make sure to enjoy it throughout the show, and I pounded that thing so quickly.
Dude.
And that is all you need to know. It's delicious. It's an excellent beer. Something that I think people would really enjoy if they tried it.
Yeah, I think you make a lot of good points. I mean, dude, that beer was so good. Like, from the moment I started it, from the moment I ended it, I felt great. Loved sipping every single sip. I kind of pounded mine pretty quick. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I went through mine super fast. So, all in all, super stoked about it. Episode 15, dude.
Yeah, dude. One quick note on the beer before we wrap this thing up. I really did think that maybe it would change throughout. Like I said, I had the right to whatever I said. I had the right to change my opinion throughout the episode. Didn't change it one bit. This is so up in my wheelhouse. If you guys enjoy darker beers with some very great, very colorful flavors.
Yeah.
A little sweet, a little bitter. It's just very well balanced. And like I said, I have absolutely nothing to say bad about this. Big Lake Brewing absolutely killed it.
No, definitely, and good thing, dude. Good call. Because one other thing I did want to touch on too was like how well the beer like balanced itself as it even warmed up. Like as it got to room temperature, it didn't lose any of its profile. It didn't lose any. Like the carbonation maintained pretty well.
And it wasn't too carbonated.
No, yeah, that was the other. I mean, it's a porter, so it embodied that so well.
Yeah, absolute knocked it out of the ballpark.
Absolute ball player of a beer. This beer dunks.
Yeah. But, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 15 as much as we did.
Yep.
And I hope you enjoy this beer as much as we did. So go out, grab yourself a 4-pack or a 6-pack if they make it in 6-packs.
Yeah, if you find a 6-pack of it, let us know.
Yeah.
4-packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only found 4-pack, but whatever.
But yeah, you guys open this thing up. Enjoy it as we have ourselves a nice little conversation tonight.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Let us know what you think in those comments. Hit us up on the gram. Hit us up on Twitter.
We are still taking beer reviews.
Yeah,
or beer requests.
And do it all. We're all about it. Also, updates still to come because, I don't know, the state of California, I think, is literally holding on to them for whatever reason because they think they're so freaking cool. They won't send them to us. But, we'll let you guys know when they come in.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, you guys have a good night. Stay slightly buzzed.